Welcome back to episode number 34 of our Tranmere Rovers Road to Glory career mode. Now, as we know, it's been an amazing season, start to the season. Oh my God, look at that. Took me off guard there, but Bukayo Saka, Ballon d'Or winner for 2027. That is great news for him. I mean, it's highly unlikely that he wins it in real life, given that for an attacking player to win it, you've got to score a lot of goals. You've got to get a lot of assists. Your team would need to win the league and almost certainly win the Champions League, or you need to win a trophy with the national team to be considered for the Ballon d'Or that stays for an attacking player. Highly unlikely that he goes on to win it in real life, especially with players like Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Lamine Yamal coming up now. I mean, there's so many players that could potentially win it. But I can see Saka, though, and finishing in the top 3, in the top 5 in the next few years. I mean, look at that for the start of the season. 32 points, level at points with Burnley right now. We've only lost one game this season, and that was unfortunately the Merseyside derby. Few tough games coming up, though, in today's episode. We've got Coventry and Sheffield Wednesday, Derby County, Burnley and Swansea. I mean, Coventry and Burnley and Swansea, they're all in the top 6 right now, which makes those games really difficult for us. But given the fact that it's the start of November, what we're going to do very quickly is send out the Youth Academy Scouts. You know, what I'm thinking about doing with the Youth Academy Scout this season is, of course, a scout will have to remain in England. And I'm thinking about scouting a goalkeeper in England this season. And for the other 2 scouts, maybe send one of them out to one of the bigger footballing nations in Central Europe. Last season, we scouted in France. So this season, we could maybe do Belgium or Germany. And then for the final scouts, to Southern Europe, one of the smaller footballing nations, the likes of Malta and Cyprus, Gibraltar, Andorra, those sorts of places in Southern Europe. I'll have a little think about it. And as soon as it's all set up, I will let you know. Okay then, so this is how I have allocated the scouts. I've got Mayhouse scouting in the Netherlands to find us a goalkeeper. Interesting choice of position to scout in the Netherlands, by the way, considering they're known for producing excellent wingers, good strikers, great centre-backs. I mean, I might just say good strikers. Some of the best strikers football I've ever seen. The likes of Marco van Basten, Van Persie, Ruud van Nistelrooy. There's so many of them, man. But anyway, the reason we are scouting for a goalkeeper in the Netherlands is because there was a goalkeeper that played for Tranmere Rovers, John Achterberg, between 1998 and 2009, made over 350 appearances for the football club. So one of Tranmere Rovers' greats in recent times. Hopefully we can find the next John Achterberg, a goalkeeper from the Netherlands that can go on to make a lot of appearances for us. In England, we're scouting for defensive players as well as a centre midfielder. So right back, centre back, left back, and a centre midfielder. And the final scout here, Finn, we have sent him to Kosovo to find us some attacking players, strikers, wingers, and a centre attacking midfielder. I'm trying to think the last attacking player from Kosovo that played in the championship. The only one that comes to mind is Berson Selina, came through the Manchester City's academy, couple of loan moves, and then sold to Swansea. He had a good spell at Swansea, to be fair. There was a season where he got a lot of goals, a lot of assists for Swansea in the championship. Not quite sure what happened to him after then, but that will be our scouting mission in terms of youth academy for the season. Hopefully we can find 1 or 2 players that can make an impact in the first team in the next couple of seasons. Coventry are one of the 3 teams that we would face in today's episode that are in the top 6 right now. I've got a feeling, though, with this one being at Prenton Park, we've got to get a positive result here. We've still got one of the best defensive record in the division, which it's not a surprise anymore. Every season we tend to do quite well defensively. But the other teams that we would face that are in the top 6, Burnley being one and Swansea being another, I've got a feeling those 2 games might just be tougher than the Coventry one. And I've got a reason for thinking so. Don't get me wrong, Coventry are a decent side, but they tend to keep hold of the ball quite well. Defensively, they play with a low block, and that can sometimes play into our advantage as Thomas Asante puts Coventry in front. The former Salford and West Brom striker. What a start for Coventry. 5 minutes into the game, and they are 1-0 up already. And that's his 5th goal of the season. He's not the most, let's be honest, Asante is not the most prolific of strikers. He did score, he got into double figures for Salford, I believe. He also, I want to say, got into double figures, 11 goals for West Brom he scored the season before he joined Coventry, but almost getting the equaliser straight from kickoff from conceding. Oh, come on, we haven't really shown too much in this first half. Yeah, we conceded the goal. Yeah, we tried to get the equaliser straight away, but other than that, Coventry, as we said, have kept hold of the ball quite well. Collins with a big tackle, Bergstrom with a big save initially to keep the scoreline 1-0 going into the break. It's Parkin. If we don't score in the next 10 to 20 minutes, that is the game done. I don't think we're going to score a goal in this game if we don't get one in the next 10 to 20 minutes. But back to Parkin, I'm sure referee's going to come back for the yellow card for that one. Emeka Odua, again, the only player looking like he could do something for us in this game. I mean, we've had 2 shots in this game and he's had both of them. Come on, Lauritsen, inside to Webster. It's now or never, especially if you want to go on to win this game. Odua, get in! I've no idea how he's managed to find himself with so much space there, but he turns on his left foot. He's found the top corner. If anyone was going to score a goal for us in this game, it was going to be Odua. When we signed him, I signed him with the intention of him being the backup to Mulligan. But to be fair, that is a good opportunity there for them. I don't think it's a corner. The goalkeeper never had a hand to that. But to be fair to Odua, he's playing much better than Mulligan right now, which means he's potentially going to be our starter in that left-sided and wide position for us, Come on. There's one more goal in this game. Surely Parkin trying to drive us forward. Big tackle. It's not a free kick. Definitely not. But the player stays down. It could be an injury for him, which, if that's the case, that is not good news. Oh my God, how did he not take a touch there? And that's it. It's a 1-0. It's a draw. When we got that goal just before the 70th minute or so, I thought, you know what? We've got a little bit of time to go on to win this game. Coventry had half chance just before the end, but the worry there is Parkin picking up an injury towards the end. I hope it's not too serious. It was great to get a point against Coventry away from home, but it came at a cost, an injury to Callum Parkin. I just hope it's not something too serious. Oh no, it's a broken toe, of course. It's our first injury of the season though, which is not too bad considering last season at this stage we've already picked up 2 or 3 injuries to key players. But Callum Parkin out for the next 3 months. He's going to be missed in midfield. It might be a case where Charlie Webster will have to drop and play deeper and we can start Benarous in that number 10 position a little bit more, but that is a big shame. In the next 2 days though, we've got a game here against Sheffield Wednesday. We've got to quickly turn our attention here as soon as I set the team up. This is the most makeshift and disjointed midfield 3 that we would play this season. I don't think it will repeat itself again. Benarous dropping into centre midfield. Cameron, of course, we know have been playing in that number 10 position, but that is not his natural position. The likes of Webster and Lauritsen too tired to start this game. Patrick starts on the right-hand side as well. It's a weakened team for us, but then again, it's against Sheffield Wednesday, who are 20th in the league. But saying that, they haven't lost too many games in their last 5. It's only the 1 defeat for them, 3 draws and a victory in that time as well. It will be a tough game away from home, but come on, the Rovers. Talking about Sheffield Wednesday, what an underrated season they've had in the Championship this season, finishing just 10 points behind the playoffs places. And for a team who, it's just their 2nd season in the Championship, that was really good from them. I mean, we can all remember the playoff final, right? Back in League One against Barnsley. It took a 120th minute winner from Josh Winders, who's, to be fair, gone on to still be their talisman in the Championship, for them to secure promotion back to the Premier League. Rhys Williams read that one well, back to the goalkeeper. I mean, I think Barnsley got an early red card in that game, and he just decided how the rest of the game went, to be honest. Well, 120th minute winner. And that is as dramatic as it gets in a playoff finals. Rayo will pick up a yellow card. But even more important there, it looks like Ayman Benarous have picked up an injury. And for the second game in a row, we are picking up injuries in key areas for us as well. The same sort of position, centre midfield, centre attacking midfield position, which it's not looking good right now. Oh, it slowed him down as well. I thought that might have maybe been a knock and he would have been able to run that one out before the end of the first half. The fact that he slowed him down, big opportunity there for Wednesday. Good save from McGee, who was, by the way, making his first Premier League start, his first Championship start this season. He's been the goalkeeper in the cup games, but this is the first time he's starting in the league for us this season, which it's a big game for him, right? We know he's a good goalkeeper. I mean, for our first 3 seasons, he picked up the goalkeeper of the season award. He's been instrumental for us in our rise to the Championship. It's just sometimes you've got to improve certain positions, and unfortunately for him, Bergstrom had to come in, who's been really good for us. But Wednesday here have absolutely dominated the opening half an hour of this game. To be fair, that injury have sort of slowed us down a little bit. It's been like myself and the players on the pitch have just been thinking about a key player of the team picking up that injury. We will have to take him off at the earliest opportunity here. Ayman Benarous, it doesn't look like he's going to run that one out. Substitute him here. We will take him off for Mary for the going into the second half here, which is a shame. I hope it's not too serious. It looked like a bad tackle. I mean, Parkin is out for the next 3 months. We cannot afford to have another player out for the next 3 months as well, especially in and around that midfield position for us. We don't have the biggest squad. We don't have the best of players in those positions. I mean, it's not like we are Burnley, who are top of the league, or just behind us in the league right now. It's not like we're one of those teams that can afford to have 5, 6 decent players in the same position. For us, that is not the case. But Ugbo here being brought on, we will make substitutions of our own. We will have Richard Kone coming on the pitch. We need goals, right? I mean, 13 minutes to go in the game. We will also take off Humphreys here for Kumetio. Humphreys have been really good in this game. I mean, he's made some important blocks for us in this game, but he's a little bit tired. Why not bring in a 6'5" Kumetio to see out the game for us? But we want to try and win it. Wednesday have been the better team, but if we get one opportunity of our own, especially with Kone coming onto the pitch now, he's certainly a striker that can take those chances if it presents itself. But Henry plays in Adamson. Kone's made a clever run there. Adamson is fine. Kone with his first touch on the game. And he looks like he could have got the goal for us. And that will seal the 3 points here. Oh my God, what a substitution. First touch of the game. And he's found the back of the net. That's his 7th goal of the season. And that's it. The referee calls the game to an end. What a game. Dominated by Wednesday. We brought in a striker 13 minutes into the game. He gets his first touch and he scores from it. That is what you want from your substitutions. Please, please, please do not be another broken toe injury. We cannot afford to have 2 players from that midfield position out for the next 3 months. Oh, it's a sprained knee. He's only going to be out for 4 weeks. The good news, though, is out of that 4 weeks, we have got pretty much 2 weeks until our next game against Derby County, 13 days there. So that means he would only be missing 3 or maximum 4 games. Ayman Benarous, and he should be back. Let's see when he will be back for. He should be back for the Middlesbrough game, hopefully. So we have got Derby, we've got Burnley coming up. We've got Swansea. He should be back for the Middlesbrough game, or definitely the Ipswich Town game on the 11th of December there. I mean, it's not good news that he's injured, but at least it's not 3 months. He's only out for a month, which that is positive for myself. You know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big believer that when players are doing well for you, when players are performing well, you've got to reward them with new contracts. You've got to increase their wages. And for me, that player is Richard Kone. Ever since we signed him last season, he's been sensational for us. When we signed him, he, for a short term, went on to become our highest paid player in the team at 10k a week. But things have changed a little bit now. The fact that we have given new contracts to the likes of Webster and Caregive, who have gone on currently earning more money than him. And the fact that he's our best player in the team, both starting overall and his contribution to this team, he's the best player in our team right now, and it makes sense to give him a new contract and make him our highest paid player again, and that is what we're going to do here now. This is interesting. First, he refused a 2 years contract extension, so that means we have to settle for 1 year, and now he's asking for a release clause of £18.8 million. I would give him a release clause, but only for 20 million. Otherwise, we will decline the release clause. 20 million, they're happy to keep a £20 million release clause, which, I mean, for a 75 rated striker, if someone should pay £20 million for him, it's not bad at all. I mean, hopefully he's off limits in the January transfer window, but if someone should pay that £20 million release clause next season, we wouldn't be too opposed to that. What I will do though is, if we get promoted to the Premier League at the end of this season, slight chance of that happening, but if it does happen and we get promoted at the end of this season, we will go on to take that release clause away from his new contract. But 20k a week and a 10k in signing on bonus, he should be happy with that. It's a reasonable offer, and I'm happy to extend his contract by one more season with a release clause of £20 million. That looks much better, doesn't it, in terms of wage parity? You've got Kone on 20k a week, Belarus is on loan, we're only paying 50% of his wages, but you've got Webster on 14k a week, Caregive on 12k a week. The only one here that doesn't quite look right at the moment is 73 rated Lauritsen, who is on 10k a week, but we only signed him this season, and at the time of signing him, we increased his deal from his previous team from about 4k to 10k, so that made sense at the time. But if he continues performing how he is doing right now, maybe at the start of next season we can give him a new wage increase. But for now, I'm quite happy with that. What I'm going to do with Charlie Webster though, we have been trying to change his position here to a center attacking midfielder, and I'm just going to do that, and he's now 73 rated, which is not bad at all. He's gone from 72 to 73 rated. Still a long way to go from now to the end of the season, but he should then go on to be about 75 rated at the end of this season. With injuries to Parkin and Belarus, that is probably our best centre midfield three for the next few games until one or two of them comes back. The likes of Henry, Lauritsen and Webster started in there. Up next is Derby County. Come on, the Rovers. Oh no, I think I've done a little bit of a mistake here in terms of the kid clash, and if it's a little bit sunny here, it might be difficult to play this game. They've still got Barkhuizen in the team, which is a surprise. They've also got Ben Osborne in there, Liam Thompson in the team as well. It's not a bad Derby County side. I knew it. If we just have a little bit of sun in the game, then we would struggle to differentiate between both teams, which it's going to be frustrating for the remainder of this game, but we've got to deal with it, right? It is what it is. Sometimes these things happen. Cross to the near post, Kumetio deals with it, and we've got Odua in possession here. I can't tell the difference between the Derby County players and our players right now, which I've got to almost play to the left-hand side because there's that shade. Oh my goodness. No need to worry about the kick clash when you have got a player like Caregive who can produce finishes like that for you. And how many times has he done that this season? We saw it against Everton. We saw it a couple of times as well this season, cutting into that left foot, bending one to the far corner. What a sensational finish that was. I feel like every time he does it, it just gets better and better, and that's his fourth for the season. Talking about the goalkeeper, John Achterberg, the reason why we are scouting a youth academy goalkeeper from the Netherlands. I mean, he retired in 2009 from Tranmere Rovers. He went on to play testimonial as well, which is one of the reasons I said he's a Tranmere Rovers great. You only are at the second. You only get testimonials if you are a legend or a great of that football club. But it's Odua again picking up a second goal for us, and that's it. It's a 2-0 victory for us. There's something I want to talk about for John Achterberg, but we will do that in the next game. I just completely got lost there in the moment, celebrating that second goal, and of course, the remainder of the game, the game for us. Honestly, as much as I'm enjoying how well we're doing right now as a team, we are a season ahead of schedule. The plan in the championship was always going to be first season, avoid relegation, second season, finish mid-table, and the third season in the championship, try to push for those playoffs places and hopefully got promoted. But we're a season ahead of schedule here, which, like I said, I'm enjoying it. However, we still have to be cautiously optimistic as we go into a early top of the table clash here against second place Burnley, and at the moment it's 2 points separating both teams and 16 games played. There's still 30 games to play from now to the end of the season, so still a lot of points to pick up, so we cannot be carried away right now. But let's go into this one away from home at Turf Moor. Come on, the Rovers. Now, before I lose my train of thought again, because I know I will as soon as this game kicks off, Abdouni, one of the top scorers in the division for Burnley. Let's talk about John Achterberg again for a second, which I was doing initially in the Derby County game, and then other things took over when we scored our second goal. But yeah, he did go on to play a testimonial against Everton, I believe, in 2009. And like I said, you must be a great or a legend of a football club to get a testimonial game. When he retired from his time at Tranmere, he went on to become the Liverpool's academy goalkeeping coach. And from the academy, he was promoted to the first team's goalkeeping coach in 2011. He stayed until 2024 when Jurgen Klopp left. I think even Alisson praised him big time. What a fantastic person he was. What an excellent goalkeeping coach he was, which it's incredible to hear from a keeper like Alisson, isn't he? It just goes to show it's not just a Tranmere Rovers great. He's also a big name, big personality in and around the city. Yes, he's not a Scouser, he's Dutch as we know, but he had key impact at Tranmere Rovers. He also made an impact in Liverpool as a goalkeeping coach. He was there a few times that Alisson won the Golden Gloves. He was there with all the trophies that Liverpool won, winning the league with Klopp, winning the Champions League with Klopp as well. He was there throughout all of those sorts of special moments. And yeah, you can't work with an excellent goalkeeper like Alisson for Liverpool for that long, or be at Liverpool, or be a goalkeeping coach for Liverpool for that long if you're not special, if you're not good at what you do. But of course, when Jurgen Klopp left, he left as well, joining Al Ettifaq. He joined Steven Gerrard. Al Ettifaq, of course, Gerrard, as we know, have been sacked now. But yeah, it's just a cool sort of story that I thought I will tell you about. The personality, the man, John Achterberg, which is one of the reasons I'm deciding to scout a goalkeeper from Dutch and from the Netherlands. Hopefully, we can find ourselves the new John Achterberg, who will go on to make 200, 300 plus appearances for us. But this has been a really boring game. Richard Kone now. Oh my God. It's been barely in the sense that they've kept hold of the ball. Maybe they've had one or two shots that might have troubled us. But other than that, it's been a really boring goal until that moment. Richard Kone getting the first one. Substitution for Burnley and Lyle Foster coming on to replace. I'm not sure who is replaced there, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because the player coming on is the one that we should be worried about. Few substitutions of our own there just to freshen the team up a little bit for the remaining 15 minutes of the game. Is he going to go long? Ekdal? No, he's gone short to Sambo instead. Talking about another team that have been really good in the championship this season, it is Burnley. Scott Parker have done an excellent job with them. Abduni, oh my God, come on. That is poor defending there from me. Kumetio, I thought he would easily just force him wide out to play. But for him to skip past him like that in such a tight area, look at this. That's poor defending from myself as well. It's a good finish though. I can't believe we've gifted them that equalizer there. I should have done so much better. I thought I was just going to see that one out of play or maybe get a little toe poke and put it out for the corner. But the inverted run here from Cameron Norman, he pulls it back to Cameron. Oh my goodness, how has he not scored that? He struggles to score goals in the league these days, doesn't he? He struggles to score goals in general for us in his Cameron, which is a shame. The fact that when we signed him, when we signed Cameron, it's that season he had, a couple of seasons he had with us, he was our top scorer for 2 seasons. And for him to all of a sudden stop scoring goals, I know he's been playing in the number 10 position, but he should still score goals from there. But for some reason, he's just been struggling to do so. But it's a 1-0 draw against Burnley. Good result in my opinion. I think we'll play 2 more games in this episode. The home game against Swansea, and we have got the away game against Middlesbrough. But seeing that it's the 1st of December, and that means we will have officially our first month's Youth Academy Scout report to take a look at. There's also an email from the physio there. It must be Benarouz. Yep, Benarouz is returned to first team training, which is a welcome addition for us. One more player that we will have in the starting 11 pretty soon. But let's take a look at the Youth Academy Scout here. And we are starting in the Netherlands, where we are scouting for a goalkeeper. Oh my God, that is the first one. Bas de Kooning, 51 to 67 rated. That potential looks insane. Of course, we will sign him into the Youth Academy. The other 3 though, we will get rid of them. And in England, where we're scouting for defenders and centre midfielders, 1 or 2 players that I would maybe scout further. Actually, just one of them. We will scout Bradley Bentley further because of his potential. The rest of them here, we will get rid of them. And finally, in Kosovo, where we're scouting for forwards and centre attacking midfielders, Ibish Vucci, actually starting overall there, looks quite good. Oh my God, Lydian Galimuna is a right winger or a striker, potentially 17 years of age, but that's some crazy starting overall. We have also got here Maniani, who I will scout further, but Lydian Galimuna, we are signing you into the Youth Academy immediately. I'll scout Maniani a little bit further. The rest of them we will get rid of in Kosovo. Bas de Kooning is only 54 rated. I thought he would have been much better than that, but still, he's 16 years of age and the potential is crazy. How about Galimuna? He's 64 rated, which is incredible physically. He looks really good already. If he just keeps hold of that potential in the next few months, we will, of course, look to be promoted into the first team. He can definitely do a job for us as a squad rotation option, and who knows what a loan move could do to his starting overall. But the Youth Academy, although not as impressive as last season, before we let go of so many Youth Academy players who wanted to terminate their contracts, we've also got Jeffrey now, who is 64 rated, who is a centre-back, 19 years of age. He's gonna want to be promoted pretty soon. We will have to make a decision on him. But the other white player that I'm really happy with right now is Reece Watt, who is also a right winger. We've got a few wingers in this Youth Academy right now, who looks really good. In terms of his acceleration, not the best, but that can improve. It's still improving. He could end up being a centre attacking midfielder, to be fair. With the dribbling, his ball control is good. He's also good on the ball with his short passes. So he could end up being a centre attacking midfielder for us. But at the moment, we will keep him as a right winger. But let's go straight into the next game then, which is at home, Prenton Park. It is Swansea City, who are 6th position right now in the league. So I'm expecting a tough game from them. A little bit of squad rotation going on there. Webster drops into centre midfield. Caregive playing in the number 10 position. Adamson starting out wide on the right-hand side. Come on, the Rovers. So there's something I'm going to do here before the start of this game against Swansea. Now I know Mulligan is not starting this game for us. He is on the bench and could maybe come on in this game. but I've got to use this moment to criticise him. To be fair, I was going to do it just before the Burnley game, but I decided to talk about John Achterberg instead. But now that that conversation is over, how bad has Mulligan been for us? He was excellent when we signed him. You know, that little spell in the second half of the season when we were in League One, but he picked up that injury in the start of the championship season last season, broken toe. He's never been the same since then. He's struggling to score goals. He doesn't get assists. He just doesn't, overall, he doesn't play quite well. I've tried to praise him in press conferences. I've tried to praise him in post-match conference as well, but it's not working. That is an injury for Adamson. Again, it's not looking good. Rather than praising him, maybe we'll do a Jose Mourinho, criticize him in public, and hopefully that sorts out his performance moving forward. But the imminent worry is Adamson picking up an early injury there. Oh my God, is it a crisis at the moment? Injury crisis? That's 3 in today's episode. It's sort of borderline crisis at the moment, isn't it? If we pick up one more injury, it will officially be a crisis for us. Again, we would hope it's nothing too serious, that it's just a knock that he can carry on to complete the rest of this game, but only time will tell. We win possession back. That is another terrible tackle. Do not do that to Caregive. It's off limits. I mean, there's a couple of players in this team that we cannot afford them to pick up an injury. 3 or 4 maybe. Caregive is certainly one of them. Richard Kone is the other. Lauritsen is one of them. And Webster is the final one. If any of those players pick up an injury, we are going to have a hard time. It's a shot on target at least. Lauritsen, oh my God, these tackles are getting ridiculous now, Swansea. It's almost like, he's gone for one of those careless again, but it's been blocked this time. It's almost like they've come into this game not wanting to play football. They just want to hurt our players. They've got Adamson injured. A big tackle earlier on Caregive. Now that one on Lauritsen. This is anti-football here, man. Sort it out, Swansea. Or the referee needs to start sending off players here. Come on. Out wide. Can we get her out wide? Again, one of those slight tackles. But anyway, we know we don't have to get her out wide now. We've gone out wide to Adamson. Oh, this could be a good goal for us. If we could just convert it. Get in. Guess who will start again? I don't need to tell you. It's Caregive on that left foot once again. How good is he when he cuts inside like that? It's unbelievable. Playing in that number 10 position in this game as well, allowing Adamson to play out wide. Adamson has got the injury. He did get the assist for that goal. We've taken him off. We have taken him off. Caregive, Adamson, Webster, we've taken all 3 players off. We do not want to lose the likes of Webster or Caregive. I mean, I would take off Richard Kone as well, but he's a striker. He needs to stay on the pitch and try and get 1 or 2 goals if he can. I mean, the more goals he scores, the better the race for us. But if he goes on to score a goal in this game, I will absolutely take him off immediately. Those substitutions, I did not need to make it, especially taking off Caregive and taking off Charlie Webster. It's just the way this game is gone. Oh no, Caregive, not Caregive, Richard Kone finding the top right-hand corner. And I will absolutely take him off now. We don't need him on the pitch anymore. I believe at 2-0, this is game over. Oh no, that is the best camera angle we have seen for a goal replay, isn't it? That is just an amazing camera angle. We'll take him off, Richard Kone, and he will be replaced by Omari Patrick for the remainder of this game. We've managed the game quite well. We've sort of seen the threat of Swansea with this terrible tackles. Why not take your best players out, wrap them on in cotton wool for the remainder of the game, and Swansea pull one back with 5 minutes to go. It could be squeaky bum time, as I call it. Come on, just keep it. There's no need to force it. If we don't give the possession away, Oh, that is beautiful from Enis Cameron. The little drop on the shoulder there, the fake shot. But he just couldn't score from it yet again. I'm desperate to get him scoring goals again. In the league at least. He does quite well in the cup games for us, but never in the league. But anyway, the most important thing is a 2-1 victory for us. Get it. That's another player who's picked up a sprained knee injury in today's episode, similar to Ayman Benarous, who should be back to first team football in the next game or so. But it's bad news for Malcolm Adamson. Is it a crisis just yet? Injury crisis? I don't think so personally, but we're 1 or 2 injuries away from getting into a crisis situation right now. So we've gone all season without picking up any injuries, and all of a sudden in the last 3 or 4 games we have picked up 3 injuries, which it's crazy. But hey, man of the match for Gibb for against Swansea, that is something to be positive about. And of course, the most important thing being the victory there for us. We're still 2 points above Burnley. We are 6 points above Leicester City in 3rd place, going into the game against Middlesbrough here, and Middlesbrough side, by the way, who in the past we have had high-scoring goals against them. The one that comes to mind was it 3-3 draw last season. Morgan Whittaker scoring a couple of goals for them in that game. But I'm expecting a difficult game here from Borough. As we know, we criticised Josh Mulligan in the last game, even though he didn't start the game. I felt like I had to do it to sort of get a response from the player. And Whittaker is not in the starting 11 here for Middlesbrough. There's no Josh Colburn either, who I want to say scored a hat-trick against us the last time we played this Borough team. Both players, though, are on the bench, so could come on the pitch to make a difference. Josh Mulligan starts this game for us, and so is Enis Cameron in that 10 position. And both players, Cameron and Mulligan, the difference between them is, whilst Cameron is not scoring, his overall play is just not perfect, but it's just that better than Mulligan, who it just feels like for Mulligan, nothing is going his way right now. I mean, it's been almost a year where that's been happening, so it's not a case where it's been off recent. As Middlesbrough gets 1 here in the opening 28 minutes, the big number 9 up front puts them in front, just what they deserve. They've been the better team in this game. It's Ribeiro, who they might have signed from Sporting Lisbon, I want to say. The opening good start for it's his first goal as well in 12 appearances. You're gonna have to do it again here, come from behind. We have done that so many times this season. Yeah, the last time we came from behind was against oh no, that could have been 2-0. That could have been 2-0, 62 minutes into the game. Big chance for Barrow. The last time we came from behind was in one of the games in this episode. Not win the game, but we took home a point, which was not a bad point for us. It could have been 2-0 here for Barrow. Over the top from Mulligan. It plays in Collins, who tries to square it across the face of goal, but he just couldn't get that one right. Silvera in possession. Bangura now for Middlesbrough. It's now or never, boys. Come on, 73 minutes into the game. I feel like the game is slowly drifting away from us. But Cameron plays in Mulligan. Mulligan, get it! Both players that we talked about in the last game. Both players that we talked about earlier in today's game, at the start of this game against Middlesbrough. They have both combined to get us the equaliser. That's big for Mulligan, you know. That is a big moment for Mulligan there to get his first goal in over a season now. Oh my God. One more maybe. Oh, Omari Patrick has been forced to go back here. He finds Gibb. Gibb plays in Lawrenson. He's just come off the bench to replace Charlie Webster, and he's won it for us with the last kick of the game. Talk about comeback kings, eh? How do we keep on doing this? How do we keep on going to go down and somehow managing to win the game? That is his 4th goal of the season, Lawrenson. Oh my God, what a moment to win it on the last kick of the game. The referee should end the game here. And we got a 2-1 victory out of nowhere. 75th minute, we got the first goal. It felt like the game was drifting away from us. But as soon as we got that first one, It was just a matter of time before we got the second. And it came in the last kick of the game. Lauritsen getting the winner for us and Mulligan getting a goal. Can I say right now, other than unbelievable, Jeff? 19 games played, 46 points, 14 wins, 4 draws, and just the one defeat, which came in the Merseyside derby. We are top of the league. I said if we get through to halfway point around the January transfer window and we're still in and around the top 3, I will begin to believe. But I tell you what, it's been an excellent start to the season. You've got the likes of Burnley, Wolves, Leicester, Everton, and Hull City completing the rest of the top 6. Bottom 3 is Queen's Park Rangers, Bolton Wanderers, Sheffield Wednesday, the likes of Derby, Preston, Millwall, Norwich, and even Birmingham in 17th place right now. They are about 7 points clear of the bottom 3. Still a long way to go. Still a long way to go. But I'm slowly beginning to believe. As for the race for the Golden Boots, Zeki Abduni leading the way, 13 goals in 18 appearances. Franculino really close there as well, 12 goals. Kulin, Ivanovic, you've got Hoshek of Ipswich who scored 10 goals this season. Richard Kone in the top 12. 9 goals in 18 games. That's 1 in 2 for our striker this season. Hoshek leads the way on assist. Hannibal Meshbury, Liam Delap. You've got Reda Kadira. You've also got Kergib in the top 5 in terms of assist. Bergstrom leading the way there, undisputed for the race for clean sheets. 9 clean sheets is kept in 18 games. Again, that is 1 in 2. But smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed this one. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new to it. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching and bye for now.